Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bishopsgate Institute. Balladeste just taken to the stage. Thank you for joining us. We have a fabulous in-person audience today, and we also have our audience around the world on live stream and on-demand catch-up. The video will be available later. Bishopsgate Institute has been in existence since 1894, and one of the most important parts of our programme, certainly since 1948, has been the free lunchtime concerts, which you are enjoying today, whether you're in the building or watching us online. During the Second World War, a woman called Myra Hess, who had been a refugee and immigrant to the United Kingdom, an amazing pianist and transposer of Bach for piano, so Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring, the very famous piece for piano. It exists for piano because of Myra Hess. She said during the Second World War that the government, having closed all the concert halls and having closed all the theatres and having closed all the galleries, this may sound familiar, they had believed that this was appropriate and was protecting people. And she said, no, during difficult times, people need music as the power of inspiration for them to actually just pick themselves up and just get on with the next day, which feels incredibly important to us at the moment. What is unusual about today is that it's a concert in the summer. I know it doesn't feel like it today, it's chucking it down in London today. But it's never been possible for us to do these concerts in the summer. We do them in the autumn and we do them in the winter. Because we normally, in the room we're in now, we have about 300 very nervous people sitting down to do an exam. It's exam season, and it's one of the things that one of the ways we generate income is to rent out the space. So COVID and all of the problems that have come with it have meant that there are no in-person exams. So we decided that this was an opportunity for us to do an extra special season, and the City of London Corporation very kindly have given us some money to support that, to make the videos that you will have seen of Balladeste looking through the archive, and to give you a bit more information on us and the concert. So it feels extremely important to us that we are having an in-person audience today and obviously an audience online. I will come back at the very end just to give you a couple of little updates, but other than that, I think the most important thing now is to sit back, relax and enjoy Balladeste.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. It's really special for us to actually play to a live audience. And the first piece that we just played is called Rocking, And we write our music together, and the rest of the pieces you're going to hear are all original. And we're going to take you on a journey through a kind of different sound worlds. And so the next couple of pieces are actually inspired by Indian devotional songs. So I grew up singing a lot in my childhood, as did Tara, and we've both been able to explore how the voice influences our instruments. And in this particular instance, we've been able to use and be inspired by melodies that come from the devotional repertoire of India. And those sounds are called ragas, and they are associated with different times of the day and nature. And this next one we felt was really pastoral. So we've been able to explore how the Indian devotional melody meets a kind of English pastoral setting. So we'll take you through River, and then we're going to go straight into another devotional inspired song called Sai Ram.
much. So we spent like an hour or so in the archives here at Bishopsgate because we were asked to choose a photo to kind of respond to, and all the music that we're playing is a mixture of music from our first album, Relic, and from our upcoming album, Beyond Breath, which has the responses to the set of Indian devotional songs that Preetha just mentioned. But we actually picked out a photo of the Women's Cooperative Guild, and we were kind of interested, so we were hearing kind of stories about that and information about it. And I think I suppose like the main and obvious thing that struck us was the kind of cooperative aspect of these women coming together, and that's something that we're both really interested in, both in the way that we write together, but the way that we might work with other people. And as Preetha mentioned, we write everything together collaboratively, so we kind of write through improvising, or we might come with like a little seed of an idea and then a piece grows. And this next piece, that's from our first album, it's in 3 parts. It's called Arvo Miniatures. And independently, I'd started a little idea that I was messing around with, and Preetha had started a little idea. And when we brought them to each other, they actually seemed to be really quite similar but different. So that's why we ended up putting this piece together that's in 3 kind of movements. So this is Arvo Miniatures. another interpretation of a devotional one, and then we'll move into one of the pieces from our first album called Through the Fields. So Krishna and then Through the Fields.
have guessed those last two songs were also influenced and inspired by the devotionals. And this last, well, the one before this, the theme of it was about overcoming sorrow. And this particular one that we just played was a celebration to Mother Earth and all that she gives us in the natural world. I'm singing this to the last.
Yeah, we've got one more tune we'd like to play you, a bit more rumbustious-ish, for us anyway. Overcoming sorrow a lot of the time. It seems, anyway, not meaning to, not intentionally. So this is a piece from our first album called Specht. Specht, is anyone Austrian in the room? It's an Austrian bird. I'm sure I'm not saying it correctly, but we wrote... Specht. We wrote this with our friend Bernard Schimpelsberger. He's an amazing percussionist, and it was for a launch, a kind of album launch of his. And we've got an interpretation without percussion, just.
And I'd just like to also say that Relic, our first album, you can find it on Bandcamp if any of you are listeners online. And today is particularly an important day on Bandcamp because all of the proceeds that they get it's a day called Juneteenth, and it goes towards the NAACP, and that seems really relevant at this moment in time given all the recent events of last year. So if you wanted to celebrate any kind of music, not just our album, but artists that you'd like to support their music, go check out Bandcamp today.
And do look out, because our new album, Beyond Breath, is fully out in September, but we'll have pre-orders up soon, and the first single will be out in about a month or a few weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, that was fantastic. And the best use of the word rambunctious that I've heard all week, fantastic. Thank you so much to Balladeste. That was exactly in the spirit of Myra Hess's Lunchtime Concerts, music with the power to inspire. So I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. As I mentioned earlier, free lunchtime concerts have been a very important part of our programme since 1948. And although they are free to you, the audience, and we love having you, whether online or in person, they're not free to put on. So if you would like to make a donation, if you've enjoyed today's concert, if you'd like to support our work, concerts and beyond, if you're in the room, you will see on your way out two sort of green boxes that are currently sort of looming at you. They are contactless donation points that will take £3 or more if you would like from your card on the way out. We'd be very grateful. If you're online and you would like to donate via our website, or if you would like to donate later, it's bishopsgate.org.uk. It's the Give section. There's a lovely slider, so you can decide how much you'd like to give us. We'd be immensely grateful because it's important to us that these remain free. Next week, we have a solo piano recital from Maya Lee Rosenwasser, and she will be playing the piano that is, I don't even know if you can see it online, you certainly can in the room, a rather beautiful rosewood Steinway grand behind me that belonged to Myra Hess, the woman who inspired these lunchtime concerts. So if you would like to join us either in the room or online, you already know where to go if you're watching or if you're in the room via our website, book your space or join us online. The final thing for me to say is thank you so much for joining us. Having a live audience here, isn't it magnificent? Just having a live audience and the response that you have to the music. If you wouldn't mind, we will be sending you a very short survey afterwards just to answer a couple of questions for us. We're still getting this right in terms of how this works for a live audience, so we'd be really grateful if you'd respond. Thank you to joining us online, whether it was live or on catch-up. We seem to have thousands of views of these concerts, and we could never get 1,000 people into this room, so that's fantastic. And the biggest thank you of all is to Balladeste for such an exquisite and fabulous concert. I do hope we'll have you back. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend.